Hello everybody, this is Brian coming at you. Today we are in Smyrna, Georgia. We're just miles away from from Springer Mountain and the Appalachian Trail. It's Monday afternoon. We're going to start our hike this upcoming Saturday morning. We're driving up to Springer Mountain, myself and a couple of friends. My best friend Mo and his wife Holly we're all going to go up and spend the night on Friday night at Springer Mountain. We're going to get up and we're going to hike together on Saturday morning, camp out Saturday night, and then on Sunday morning they're going to head back to Smyrna, and I'm going to keep on hiking. It's amazing to believe that, that this hike's getting ready to start. I've really worked hard to get physically ready for this. If you guys have been watching my journey, you know that I've had a major shoulder surgery back in November of 2012. In 2013, I left my job, moved to California, and about in July is when I really made this serious commitment that I was going to start this hike in March of 2014, and here we are. It just really goes to show that if you set a goal for yourself, you can reach that goal. My first goal was to get to the Springer Mountain, get here to Georgia. I made plans, and along the way, as you guys have been watching for the last, since February 5th, I've been traveling across the country, visiting friends. The support that we've been getting for hiking for wellness is just, it's really heartwarming. It's very humbling to know that I have so many friends. As you guys have been following my journey, you've heard me talk a little bit about where I came from. And it's also amazing to me if I look at the spectrum as to where I came from. Back a couple years ago, I was really unhappy with where I was at. I used a lot of substances. I had some shoulder problems. Doctors were giving me prescriptions for that, and I was just using all these things. I wasn't being true and I wasn't being me. But I also didn't know how to be me. It really took me to take a break from my life to do this. Not many people have those opportunities to take as dramatic a look at their life and reflection back as what I've had. But I've really been blessed. I'm really fortunate that I've had this opportunity, so I've really made the most of it. At Hiking for Wellness, which we'd really like for you guys to go to our website and check us out, hikingforwellness.com. We really do promote healthier lives one step at a time. And not everybody has the opportunity or maybe even the desire to do such a major change because, in my case, I'm single, don't have any kids, I've not been married before. So I don't have those family responsibilities. The person I have to take care of is me, and I'm hoping through my Hiking for Wellness experience that I'm going to find that special wife, special woman, and have my own family one day. These are some things that I desire to do, but until I got my life cleaned up, there was no way I was going to do that. I wasn't healthy for me, so I couldn't be healthy for other people. But also on the other side of that, lots of times making healthy changes is making small steps in your life. You don't have to do as dramatic things as I have. I've lost over 60 pounds in about 7 months. I'm trying to gain some weight back to build some bulk up for when I go do this hike. But maybe it just may be that you cut back on your smoking. Maybe you don't have quite as many beers or as many drinks to do. Maybe you should just take time to be more positive in your life. Smile at that person when they're really irritating you. You're in a line somewhere to check out and you're having a hard time. Just put yourself in that person's shoe and kind of think, why is that person being that way? It'll ultimately bring joy and happiness to your life. And what I found is by bringing joy and happiness to my life, I'm much more at peace with my life. I'm happier. If you think about where I was 2.5 years ago, I wasn't happy. And I'm not making any excuses for the things that I did. They were just the experiences that I had. I was taking a bunch of opiates because of shoulder pain that I'd had. Plus with drinking and using other substances on top of that, my life really was getting out of control. The only way my life had any control to it unless I was using. As soon as I would stop using, I would just be a basket case. I'd get by myself. I'd start crying. I was very emotional, and nothing wrong with crying, but you need to do it in a healthy sort of way, and it wasn't healthy for me. So over the last 2.5 years, I've not only worked on myself physically, mentally, I've saw therapists regularly. We've kind of worked through and talked about childhood issues I had, childhood traumas, and how I kept repeating those patterns in my life. Now I see what those things were. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to do any of those habits again, but I'm aware of them and I'm trying to break those things. And that's part of the reason that I'm doing this hike and I want to share my story with people. Is I think it's real important for people to know they're not alone. Growing up, I didn't know that there was any difference in what life was. That was my normal. Using the substance I was using, that became my normal. I was very productive in my professional life while I was when I was actively using. Got a master's degree with a 4.0. Got over 20 scientific publications. But you know what? I was never happy. I had a job where I was making a decent salary. I was making a good living, but I wasn't happy. I didn't have truly the things that I wanted, the peace and the calmness that I have now. Now I look at my life. My life right now is fully living off my savings accounts. It's also doing things, a lot of volunteer work for different groups, a Chamber of Commerce, Quartz Hill, who's one of our sponsors for the Hiking for Wellness. I've truly changed all my people's places and things. And here's the thought, look at this, I'm in beautiful, in the suburbs of Atlanta, and I'm in Seymour, Georgia. Not Seymour, I told you where I was again. I keep messing up the name of this town. And you look around, you see the beautiful woods that I'm in. It's just a beautiful place to be. I'm in beautiful calmness. In a couple days, I'm going to sell my 2003 Toyota Highlander. I'm doing that in order to help raise more money for Hiking for Wellness so I can fund to do this. Smyrna, Georgia, that's where I'm at. I keep forgetting the name of this little town. But you know what? It's another place where I'm in the middle of a city. There's a beautiful nature to be out. There's trails that you can go out and walk. And that's another thing, sometimes wellness is just going out and taking walks. It's going out being one. It's slowing yourself down. So much in our lives right now is that we're so in such a hurry to do things. Part of being well and being happy with yourself is taking time to enjoy the beautiful things that there are out there in this world. We're very fortunate that we have in the places that we are. I'm also a very lucky and fortunate man that, I think I'd mentioned this earlier, is that I've got so many supporters out there. That's something I didn't know. I walk into a room now and I feel the love of people. When people are being kind to me, I don't think, well, what do they want? And that was one of the things it was. I just couldn't believe that anybody would ever be nice to me just to be nice to me. But through my own personal journey, I've figured this out, that there are a lot of good people out there. And I've also learned to study something called the laws of attraction. If I'm all defensive and thinking that people are going to be out to get me, and I'm always trying to stay ahead of that, those are the kind of relationships I bring into my life. We manifest into our lives what we have in ourselves. So if I'm judging somebody about their actions and what they're doing, really what it is, I'm probably just, it's a manifestation of myself. Either I'm sensitive about that issue or I think I'm that way. And I don't want to be that way. I truly do love people, and I want to be loved by people. And doing this yo-yo hike that I'm going to do, which is to go from Georgia to Maine, then back again, I think it's just going to be an awesome experience. And I'm really glad I'm going to be able to share this with you guys. We're just going to see what happens along the way. I really have no idea. My current goal right now is I'd like to be at Kennerton, Maine, before my 48th birthday, which is June 7th. And then be back down here to Springer Mountain, and actually be here at Smyrna at my friend's house, Mo and Holly's house. Try to be here for what we call Steaksgiving. As we instead of having Thanksgiving, having the traditional turkey, we usually have a prime rib or something like that. And to be back down here, so I'm going to be here before November. It's going to be a fast walk on the way up. I'm going to try to get up there and ride around 100 days to get all the way north. But on the way back, I definitely want to take time. I'm probably going to take maybe 150 days, on the way back, just to kind of start and see some parks and just really enjoy the whole nature of what's going on out there. From what I've read, there's only been 7 people that have completed what they call the yo-yo hike in 1 year, in one season. I want to be that person. I want to be the 8th person to do that. If anyway it's less than a dozen, you think, that's kind of really unique to me. How many times in life can we go out and do things in nature that not many people have done? Our world is so fast-paced, and there's 6 billion people, close to 6 billion people on this planet right now. So to do something that very few people have done, that's really awesome. For me, I think it's just going to be a great experience. I love nature. I'm not sure what's going to happen. The other thing that I've done when I've been out here is I've mentioned about my physical health. Up until this month, I really am very strict about what I eat, and it's because I like to eat good, healthy things. But I've been eating a lot more freely, trying to get the extra calories. I've done a lot of mental work, of talking with doctors, going out, being healthy, working with people, seeing how I react to people, and talking to healthy people about it. But I've also really focused a lot on spirituality. I meditate regularly now. I have a lot of energy worker friends. I do a lot of holistic health type stuff, and these are the things I want to share with you guys. Our bodies are very amazing. We can do anything we want to do if we want to do it. The one person who always limits us as to the experiences we have on earth is us. And that's something I hope to get across is, you limit yourself. I'm not limiting you, you're not, and other people aren't limiting you, it's you. In the case of my life, it really was me, for me not to be happy with all the other material things I had. It was because of me. My life wasn't in balance on the physical, mental, and spiritual level. And that's what we want to do with Hiking for Wellness. We want to promote physical, mental, and spiritual health. And we want to offer you guys suggestions on how to do that. But we also want you guys to share your stories. You know, not everybody's going to relate to the things I've went through, because I'm one individual, and we're unique individuals. However, we have a lot of similarities between us. And if we take the time to share our stories, there may be some part about my story that'll help motivate somebody else. There may be some part about your story that'll motivate somebody else. And that's what it's about, living as a community. We are individuals, but we want to come together as a community and help one another prosper, help one another enjoy life. With that, I think I'm going to let you guys go for today. Continue to keep watching. We're going to go do some hiking later on this week. We've got some more errands we're going to run around tomorrow. I'm kind of doing some things to get ready. My friend Mo and his wife Holly are going to be joining me later on this week. We're going to do a couple day hikes around here to go test out their backpacks and just see how far we know that we're going to be able to hike on Saturday together. I feel like I can hike a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how many miles even I'm going to want to hike, but I know that they're going to be a little bit slower on the hike than me, just because they haven't been working out. Nothing against them, they've just been doing their thing and their job. My job has been hiking, 12 to 20 some miles a day in some cases. So I've already seen there's a bunch of people out on Springer Mountain. They've already started hiking. I think there's supposed to be about 20 or so people that are going to start on Monday. So it's going to be a great experience. We're all going to be out there together, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. And you guys can go to our Facebook page, which is also Hiking for Wellness, and just look us up. Really appreciate it if you can tell your friends about it. The more support we get, the better. If you want to be on our radio show, we have a radio show in California, the AV Business Radio, that's following us. There's information on there that you can call to get on the radio show. If you want to donate some money to help us with food and supplies and stuff like that, we'd appreciate your help that way. Any ways you want to help, even if you want to go out and post your stories of how you've overcome different health issues in your life and how you've made yourself better one step at a time. We want to hear those, because again, this is about a community effort, and we want everybody to come together. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day, a great afternoon, and go out and take a walk. Go out and enjoy nature like I'm doing. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and we will see you probably maybe on Wednesday of this week, or at least I'll do a couple more interviews or a couple more YouTube videos before we start our hike. But have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Thanks for watching.